of the game. It certainly depends on the pace at which you go through the game. But you build, then you move on, and they stop being important. You have to grind XP to get any more quests with them, which is something I wasn't particularly interested in doing. So I didn't really get to see any more of their content. So I suppose that's more my fault than anything else. But they suddenly just became a lot less important to the story after being important for so long. In this game, I didn't even feel like that. At least Grim Dawn has the possibility of extra quests and extra stuff, but you have to grind annoyingly and tediously for the extra content. In this, when you're done with Act 1, you can go back, say hi to the people in Act 1, and that's the end of it. When you're done, then you move on to Act 2, and they're never relevant again. When you're in Act 3, you can go back, say hi to people in Act 2, then you move on, and they're never relevant again. And you can keep doing this. And it's just... like the people in Act 1, they were talking about, the head guy there was talking about, I can't remember his name, but he was saying about how, he would, get us a boar, tank us with a boar when we got there. He would, kill one and they would have a feast. He never makes it there. He never goes there. He just stays at Lion's Eye's Watch. There's never, the characters start off looking important, and their importance ends once the act they're in ends. The only one who isn't like that is the Gemwing one, and that's it. Everyone else is like that, and it's kind of disappointing. Hopefully it won't be like that in the expansion. Hopefully there will be more of a consistent thing to it. In Diablo 3, you would run into new people in the different places, but you would for local caller, but you would also have your constant group with you, like the different crafters, like the different traders and whatnot. Your companions that you can bring into the field with you, the crafters, Kane and people like NPCs like him. You could have them with you, and I liked that. That's like one of the reasons I would tolerate Diablo 3 if they brought out more content for it, because I like the story and the banter, and I like the conversations between the people. But yeah, anyway, basically, I wish the NPCs from different points were more relevant than they are. Grim Dawn did make a step towards doing that, but it ended up gatekeeping it behind annoying and tedious rep limits, and the rep's really annoying. It's just like, okay, this faction, despite disliking Ethereals, the Chondics, and these Wild West gangsters, Wild West bandits, only will give you rep if you kill the Wild West bandits or do their bounties. That's it. And it's just like, why? They don't like the other two. Why can't I get rep with them for doing any of this stuff? It's a bit annoying. This other faction doesn't like the Ethereals. That's what they're. It's the Chondics and the Ethereals. Yeah, that's it. This other faction doesn't like the Ethereals. Well, shouldn't like the Ethereals, but only gives you rep when you kill the beasts around the place, anywhere, which makes no sense. It's the rep system is just really irritating, because I can see why they wouldn't want factions like wanting you to kill everything. Well, kill anything and you get rep with all factions. I can see why they wouldn't want to do that, but they didn't end up doing the faction rep thing in a logical way. So it just ends up being weird. Because, like I was saying, the Ethereals are providing issue for farmers, but the farmers only care when you kill beasties anywhere. While some beasts were actually going to ruin their crop, and if you kill off the beasts, they can start retaking their farmlands. The Ethereals are also providing issue. The Chondics are also providing issue. All these other factions are providing issue in their own way, and it's just really annoying system. While Grim Dawn did try and add make the older people, the people from the previous stuff relevant via the rep systems, they did so in an annoying, tedious way. So yes.
Here I stand in the light of day, an impossible dream for a woman caged in horror. Thank you again for saving my sorry hide. Sorry in so many ways that I simply can't begin. Actually, that's not true. I can begin by offering you more than mere thanks. I can offer you my allegiance and my mind, the sharpest weapon that I possess. My knowledge is your knowledge, Savior. The tree that Yena calls Larata is the only thing standing between piety and whatever awaits behind that ancient gateway to the northwest. Meligaro's spike would pierce even the toughest bark. Inject the baleful gem's essence into the tree. Something so toxic will surely weaken, if not kill, the tree. I'm loath to see such a majestic life ended so cruelly. But please, get inside that vile ruin before piety does and ensure there's nothing there that could further her twisted cause.
Hopefully what I'll say made sense. I just like, if there's NPCs, like, in this kind of thing, if they come off as important for their story to continue, and to keep going with you. But they didn't. Oh, well, later on, I'm just remembering now in Grim Dawn, certain NPCs did, but the ones later on that you started off with, like Devil's Crossing, they were irrelevant unless you wanted to grind rep, and that was annoying and tedious. I suppose if I was more into that genre of games, it would be less annoying. But yeah. Basically my issue, I think I'm making sense. Basically my issue is that the NPCs come off as important and then are cast to the wayside, and I just didn't expect that. I expect them to come along, and that's one thing I'm giving Diablo 3 over these two, because the other two games I'm mentioning, because that it brings them along and you don't have to grind annoyingly to get an extra quest. Their story continues and you don't have to grind for it. It's two nice things. I'm not a fan of grinding in this game, in these genre games. So I'm being clear about my biases here. So yeah. And regardless, hopefully I'm making sense in what I'm saying. I don't know if I am, but hopefully that is the case. You could ask me if I am not making sense. You could ask me to clarify in the comments. Ask me to clarify. Hopefully, I'll know the point I'm getting at by the time this comes out. So, anyway, and that goes for all my videos. If you need me to clarify something or rephrase it, just ask. I don't mind. I don't bite.
In the latter pages of Meligaro's journal, the handwriting became unsteady, the words jumbled and frantic. Meligaro was mortally ill, degenerating in body and mind. It was in this state that he created the baleful gem. His final words are burned into my mind. This gem is my salvation. Today I join Fidelitas. Keep the baleful gem with you, and please, don't let the Ebony Legion have it.
Meligaro and Fidelitas really makes me think of, something from the ancient Greeks. I don't know why. Just something about it. Well, I think it's the setting that makes me, like the kind of universe it's in. Well, ignoring the magic, ignoring the cataclysm, there's something about it makes me think of ancient Greece. I know more about ancient Rome, but I know little bits here and there of Greece, and maybe it's Fidelitas, but the name itself makes me think of it, but there you go.
There's an entry in one of Meligaro's diaries about his assistant and lover, Raulo. Raulo offered himself as a test subject. Using the spike, Meligaro injected Raulo with both immortality and deformity in equal measure. A bereft Meligaro named his companion Fidelitas, honoring his loyalty and sacrifice. Meligaro and his kind warped the very earth and water with thaumaturgy. The masters are long gone, but those poor golems must continue to obey their instructions.
I saw we got an entry where Meligaro, well, from Meligaro's perspective, where he talks about, going to be with Fidelitas, rather than her just telling us.
Piety left us camped in the forest while she and a few men took the road to Exile prison. Only Piety returned, over the moon with what she found of Chevron in her experiment with Brutus. God help us if she's able to replicate the Umbra's work.
Yeah. Indeed.
Greetings. I have spoken with Helena of Dominus and his expedition. It all sounds horribly plausible. Whether we can fully trust what she tells us, time will tell if her torn loyalties are to mend in our favor.
I do like the phrasing of some of this stuff in the game.
Show me this gem from the Chamber of Sins. It has the aspect of a virtue gem, like those you carry already. Yet it's clearly not made to slot into any of your standard equipment. Look at the color. Feel the energy coming off it. Malagaro had little virtue in mind when he made this thing.
Indeed.
The baleful gem and Malagaro's spike. I'd wager these two grotesqueries were made for each other. A marriage born in darkness. My advice? Send them to their wedding bed. The riverbed.
Would have worked better if you didn't say bed twice.
Dream big, live big. Hello.
Okay, they don't have anything else to say. Waypoints. Crossroads. Okay, and we head down that way to go to the crypt, this way to deal with the tribals. We'll go this way. I'm actually thinking of taking a break from this for a bit, and maybe after this quest and going playing some Red Faction Guerrilla. I've been starting that Let's Play not long ago. Oh great, more of these sutured aberrations. That's nice. Christ. That's a better tower shield. I'm just going to focus on calm down there, mate. I'm going to focus on dealing with this right now. Magic. I do believe I have a better item here. One that turns it into a rare. Maybe it's back at base. Maybe, I actually think that might be the case. Wait, you lose XP if you die on cruel difficulty? Christ, I thought that was on the difficulty after cruel. Shit. There. Orb of Alchemy. That didn't really work out well. Here's an Orb of Scouring. Orb of Alchemy. Wait, can I just... I could give it one of these. I would assume it counts as armor. I do like those tricorns. I'll try and rock one myself if I thought I could. You know, IRL, but I doubt I would be able to do it. What's this? Okay. Oh, level 45 and below. Well, fuck you too, mate. 45 and below. 45 below. 45, 45, 45, 60, 35. Okay, I'm stuck with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Back in we go. Okay, so +1 to level of socketed melee gems, plus 14 strength, plus 75% increased armor, 65 to maximum life, 4.5 life regenerated per second, and 19% to cold resistance. Yes! Bolt strike. Do that. And do that. And we toss on Molten Strike. So now I am substantially burlier. I am a tank.
I am no beast of burden.
You can shut the fuck up. Take this. Take this. Alright. Go kill the abomination here. Try and work our way around to it. Smack these around a little. Shambling Cadaver. Sounds friendly, doesn't it? There's much more to this place than I thought there was. That's fine with me. Shambling Cadaver of Flames. Alright then. These kind of random things that you find just crawling out of the ground here. Ancient Bone Stalker. Don't be bothering us, go, stalk each other. What's this? Bile Slicer. Allies cannot die. Oh, I love that. You may think that's like a horrible one for an enemy to have, but it's beautiful because you can just start massing an army as you're wailing on them with, dominating strike. You can just start massing an army, and it is beautiful. You've seen it before in some of my older videos, of this, just massing an army, because the enemy will keep, like, if you kill one of their allies, a new one will pop in, but the other one will still be considered dead from dominating strike. So you get it on your side. And it's just beautiful. Okay, chest, nothing there. There's like 3 extra side quests in this game now, and I have no idea how or where you can get them. Maybe I can get them with that map person. Maybe I can't. Maybe they're in an area that previously didn't have side quests. I have no idea. Some random archers out here. Alright. Bludgeon you to death as well. Or to death or death. Oh, whoops. There's an altar. Yeah, better I have it. You're faster and have increased projectile speed. Those projectiles don't seem too much faster, but I certainly do. There we go. Let's keep wandering around. Bioscreen the Corruptor. What a name! What a name! Again, my mind just keeps going to who the hell names their kid Biocorruptor? They really want them beaten up in school, don't they? Even the teachers are getting in on that. Ah, it's good to be playing this game again. Well, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this genre. It's Path of Exile. It's one game I would recommend to people like me who aren't a fan of the genre, because it's so good. You just have to get into the gem system, and it's beautiful. The gem system really saves it for me. I love the whole massing an army thing, just by smacking enemies around. It's beautiful. Colossal Hybrid Flask. Nah, looks kind of shit. It has its value, but it's not great for me. Okay. Poke my head over this way. I'm always just opening these. You never know what you'll find. Remember in one of my playthroughs,